Hi guys, I'm Nicole, and I just had my phone interview for the Disney College program. I applied for Walt Disney World, and I applied for Spring 2013, also Spring Advantage as my second choice. And I just wanted to make a vlog, because I guess everyone does, but it seemed really important to some people to get feedback and advice from other people that have been applying to really see what to say, what not to say, and some of the common questions. So since it's all fresh in my head, I thought I would make a video. I really just got off the phone. Her name was Sandy. She did the college program back when she was a senior in college, and now she works for the recruitment, which is really cool. And at first, she sounded a little bit like a robot. She was definitely reading the script and only the script, and it was kind of scary because it was so monotone that it wasn't inviting to talk to. And I was definitely shaking. I was so scared. I was so nervous. And I have a cold, so I kept trying to smile and not sneeze. And it was kind of a messy situation. And, the first few questions, of course, she asked, why do I want to work for Disney? And also looking at my resume, my past history in working, what I think I could bring to the job roles. That was another question she asked. And I do have sales experience, and I do have restaurant industry experience, and I am a hospitality major. So I had a little bit of everything to offer, which is probably a really good idea if you have that experience to televise it. Also, with the roles we looked at, I do had a wide variety of anything from high interest, moderate, and I only had a few that were low or no interest. So that was really good. She she said that was really good. I can't think of the word right now. She praised me for it. Yeah. She said that was really good, and I will be looked at for every one of those roles, so I do have that opportunity in a little bit more of the fields, which was really cool. It was really good. Let me just pull my notes out. It's really good to take notes beforehand and have them in front of you. Try to keep them organized. I have like 8 pages, and they all kind of say the same thing, and I just wrote them out 20 different times. So also she asked me about the Disney look, if I have any piercings or tattoos, and I told her the only piercings I have were my ears, and I'm not wearing anything today. But she said that was great. Anything that can't be, or that could be seen outside of a one-piece bathing suit is not part of the Disney look, and I do uphold to that, so that was okay. Let's see. Talk slow. That was the biggest thing, and I really don't know if I talked fast or not. I kind of always talk fast, so that was kind of nervous for me because I probably was like rocket fire because I was nervous and I had my tea this morning and all that stuff. Also, a really big word that I want to emphasize on with this program is learning. It's all a learning experience. Don't do the Disney College program if you want to just skip a semester of school, or you just love Disney. Make sure you're going to benefit from it. Make sure you're going to learn from it. So I had that in really big words too. Learning. Yep, that's a good one too. Another question she asked was a situation where I was very, very stressed out. I had a lot of work to get done, and I didn't know if I would be able to get it all done. And I gave her an example of work. I work at my school and at home on the weekends, and it was a Friday. I don't have Friday classes. And I worked in the morning at school, and I had to go right home and work at my store. And I was crunched for time, and they scheduled me outside of my availability, which was no one's fault but the computers. And I had to get it all done in one day, and it was a long day, but it was still, I had to do my job, and I had to get it done. And I walked in there with a good attitude no matter what. And I told her that, and she said that was a really great example. Also, she asked if I would rather work indoors or outdoors, and I told her I had no preference. I'm from New England, so I've dealt with extreme hot, extreme cold, rain, and everything in between. So I really didn't have a preference to that. And then also if I prefer working alone or with a group. That was a really important one because I really think they look at that with the roles you put and try to place them together. And I told her once again, I have no preference. I think it depends on the task at hand. If it depends on someone being independent or working with a team, I'm very accommodatable to all those situations. So I think that also helped by giving her that availability and those opportunities that I can do anything. And she really looked for that. She said at the end, I'll tell you guys after. And then, of course, we went over the roles. Make sure you're familiar with the roles. I actually wrote them down in a little bit of a chart based on the categories. And she asked me for my top 3 or 4. And I told her because I'm a hospitality major and communications minor that I'd be really interested with even park greeter. I think it'd be really cool. Someone comes in the park and you're like, hey, how are you today? And you see a little kid with a Mickey shirt. Be like, well, hey, Mickey Mouse is over here at this time. Like, make sure you go see him. Like, stuff like that. And she goes, well, some people think of that as a repetitive role. How do you see it? And I told her that's not repetitive if you're talking to someone different every minute. There's someone new from a different culture, from a different state that you're expanding your horizon, which is really cool to me. And then also I put down lodging, which has 3 different categories under it that pertain to me, which was the Disney desk, the concierge at the hotel, the guest services, which, have applied to anything with the hotel, anything with dinner and stuff like that, really close to the concierge actually. And then also hospitality. They check in at the front desk at the hotel and making sure everything's okay. I am a hospitality major, but hospitality spans from the park to the hotel, so I'm not sure why they call that, but that's not my problem. I also put down sales and merchandising because I work in that now, so I do have really great experience, but I wanted to broaden my horizon and work on something that I'm not already doing that I can benefit from. But if I had to, I would definitely take that role. Also, vacation planner. I know that's part of the Spring Advantage program. I think it's only Spring Advantage. I'm not positive. But I thought that'd be really cool also, only because that's building something for someone they're going to have so much fun at, they're going to enjoy. I thought that was really cool. And then also character attendant was my number 1 choice, only because I've gone to Disney so many times and I see girls walk through the park and look for Cinderella, and she's walking out with the attendant and this little girl lights up and runs over to her and her mom's taking pictures, and I want to be a part of that. That makes me cry tears of joy. I know it's really lame, but that's really cool to me to see someone so excited over seeing their hero or their favorite princess right in front of them. I've always been such a little nerd about that. So those are my roles that I put. If you go onto the Disney College Program website and click on their roles, there's a whole list. Make sure you look at that before your phone interview to keep notes of which ones you like and why. There's descriptions for all of them there too. Let's see what else I have. She also asked me a time where I had a bad situation and turned good. Basically, something went wrong and how I handled it. And I gave her another work situation where we had a new employee come in and she wasn't familiar with all the bras in store and unfamiliar with some of our policies, but she was really like a week old. And this one lady was just so unhappy and so not finding what she wanted because this new employee wasn't familiar with what she was looking for, how we could help her beyond. So I stepped in and I go, well, what are we looking for? Like, what can I help you find? And we didn't have her bra in the right size and color she wanted. So I ordered it online for her with the free shipping that we could do for her. And she was so thankful. And she goes, thank you so much for coming along. I would have walked out of here and had a bad experience and wouldn't have want to come back. So I told her about that. And she goes, that's a really great example. You turned something around and you took the initiative. And that's what they look for also. So make sure you try to relate anything to turning something positive. They like that. So I had that one. Let's see. I think that was it. She didn't ask me any of the questions if it, how it pursued a career for me because I am hospitality. Some people have like music majors. They're like, well, how do you relate that to Disney? So you can figure that out for yourself because I didn't have that question. She asked me about the roommate situation, and I'm at college now. I lived with 2 roommates last year and 2 again this year, and one of them is the same girl. She's actually my best friend from preschool. We've known each other going on 18 years now, so that's even, a little bit of a handful because we're so much alike. We've known each other so long. We know everyone's little nitpicks, but we're doing pretty good. And she asked, a time where something had gone wrong and you had to take care of it, and I told her, one time this year I went home to work one weekend, and my roommates had friends over, and I was just, don't sleep in my bed and don't touch all my stuff on my desk and move it around. And she goes, well, that's, anyone would be that way. So that's good that you handled it and had to approach the situation and were comfortable with it. So she liked that also. And then at the end of the interview, she asked if I had any questions for her. And I did. Always ask questions. They don't want to hear, no, I don't have any questions, thank you. Make sure you think of something, even if it's the dumbest, most obvious question. Keep the conversation going. So I actually asked her a few questions. The first one I asked her was her experience with Disney. And she said she was Disney College Program when she was a senior in college. Absolutely loved it. She could not stop talking about it. That's when I saw her personality finally, and she wasn't like a robot. So that was really good. I liked that. And she just raved about it for a few minutes. And then I asked her, I go, now that my interview's over, what do you guys really look for in your interviewers and your candidates? And what do you look for as personality traits? She gave me a nice long 10-minute answer, and she related some of the qualities I look for back to my answers. So what I had said to her, she goes, well, this time you said this, that's what we look for. So that made me feel really good about my interview too. And then I asked her about their classes and how they accommodate the classes with the work schedule. And actually the classes are already put into your work schedule, so you're not going to be scheduled that time, and they go around it, which is really good. I didn't know that, and I was kind of appreciative that they did that for us, so it was kind of cool. Then I also asked her what classes they offer for certain majors. I am hospitality with a minor in communications, and they do offer some classes specifically for those majors, but also they offer some other ones that are the history of Disney and fun stuff like that. And I was telling her how excited those classes sounded and how I wish I had that in my school, and that made me excited to learn more. So that was really cool. So always ask questions. That's a really big thing. Definitely. So that's really all I have for you guys. That was my phone interview. It lasted, I think I had 27 minutes. It lasted. Let me check for you. Let me just check. It was a blocked number on my cell phone, so there was nothing I could do about that. It was 27 minutes. And I don't know if that's long, or some people say if it's long, it's good. If it's short, it's bad. I've heard a mix of things, so don't let the time freak you out, but everyone likes to have a reference. So mine was 27 minutes, but I did ask her 4 questions at the end that she did really appreciate and talk a lot about. So that could be another reason why it went a little bit longer. I think that's it for you guys. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll hear back in 2 weeks with an answer, so hopefully it's thumbs up. Hopefully I can spend a semester in Florida and work for my dream job and expand everything. Big thing that they look for is someone who knows the guest experience. If you don't know the guest experience, go Google it, learn it, ask a teacher, okay? Because that's what they want. They want someone who's going to go above and beyond. So now that I've given you all the tricks and tips of my phone interview, if it goes well, hopefully you'll listen to it. If not, I still think I had some good advice in there that I've heard before. So that's all. Good luck, guys.